Hi guys, and welcome to Sample Tools by CR2, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Disco-Tex pack. So we're going to start up straight away by showing you guys how to create some realistic sounding bass lines. Now, I've got this bass line that I just briefly recorded in. It's all quantized and everything is the same velocity, and I want to show you how to take something like this and actually start to make it sound a little bit more real. So let's listen to it first, and then I'll show you my techniques. So it doesn't sound too bad. It's got a cool melody. The lengths of the notes are okay, but it just sounds so robotic and rigid. Now, we all know that a real bass player can't quantize him or herself, so we need to think about how are we going to make this more human. The first thing would be rhythm, the second thing would be velocity, and the third thing would be the length of the notes, just to help things flow a bit better. A bass player is just never going to play perfectly on time, so first things first, let's move things off time. And what we're going to do is start with these first three notes here, and only start with 3 notes at a time, 3 or 4 notes, max. Just going to help you focus on different sections of the riff. So let's go ahead and listen to these 3. Let's put a metronome on. Okay, cool. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this off. Now I'm holding Control on my keyboard, and Control just helps me move things incrementally. Let's move this one faster, and then this one late. Okay, it's a little bit long, this note. Cool, it could be even later. Okay, now let's have a look at velocity. Now I've got the velocity set up as my command click tool for this window here. So when I hold command, a little V appears, and I can click and hold on the note, drag it up or down, and that will change the velocity. And this will change the articulation. It would either make it a bit punchier. It doesn't mess around with volume so much. It does change the volume a little bit, but not as much as you would think. Okay, cool. So louder, quieter, a little bit louder. And I feel like that's how a real bass player would play it. Let's move on to the rest. So these 2 notes, I think, need to be this one needs to be earlier. This one is just a tad later. So let's make this one higher in velocity. Cool, and then let's move on. So happy with these. Let's move this off the grid. Maybe actually this could be longer now. That's better. And let's make this one late. Let's make this one a little punchier. Maybe that's a bit too much now. And I'm always listening from the beginning because I want to hear the flow from the beginning of the riff right through to the end. So let's make this earlier. Let's make this later. And I'm just doing it randomly, but that kind of works for me, I start randomly and then I always fix it from there. Maybe this is too late now. Okay, cool. That sounds great. Now I'm going to duplicate this here, and I just want to show you something kind of cool. This note here, I was messing around before. If you drop the note so you go really far down the keyboard, you get these really cool slides. So check it out. And then you get some kind of muted notes. Let's try that. Let's have a listen all the way through. Kind of cool, you know. I know it sounds a little bit fake, but it is nice to have that kind of feel as if you were playing, you know, on a real bass. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to have a look at how to process this in the next video.
Remember, at Sample Tools by CR2, we also offer a mix and mastering service. Just head over to www.sampletoolsbycr2.com, click on the mastering tab, and you'll find our range of services there.